maybe they could catch it now and trace it back here. I mean, merchant, these things is like neurosurgery. The slightest mistake and that's it.
Listen, maybe if you told us what's bothering you...
Look, I just can't forge bills anymore, all right?
Well, tell us you're going legit, for God's sake. I mean, we're sort of depending on you, Parker.
Reverend, I think that all he needs is some inspiration, you know, some words of wisdom.
Yeah?
Yeah. Isn't there something that you can say to him that will, like, lead him back into the fold?
Oh, you mean like the lost sheep thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Parker, Lucille and I were just discussing here, and I think you ought to try to find some inner peace. And after you do, get your shit together and snap out of this.
That isn't exactly what I had in
Well, if
mind.
you just say what the hell you meant, it would be easier.
Well, you're only putting more pressure on him.
Hey. It'll come back.
Of course it will. Let's leave him alone now. He won't let us down. We got our problems in the past. We'll wait this out together.
Yeah, well, what do we do in the meantime?
We'll pray.
But, Reverend, what if something's happened so that he can't ever again?
Well, then we'll just have to take some drastic action.
Oh, here's something. There's a piano bar opening up. That could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Or maybe they need somebody to work behind the counter.
Oh, me? A bartender?
Well, yeah. You know how that works. You fill a glass, only somebody else drinks it.
Come on, cut it out.
Well, I mean, there could be a future for you there. I noticed you hadn't had a drink for a while.
The fire! Oh, it came right to the surface. Just a few miles from here. It came right up along the coal seam.
You're kidding.
Those sir, it's down to the heads of the Bureau of Mines. Some of the families might have to move. I'm going to form a committee to help them. There won't be much money, but it's a start. And then there'll be workers pulling coal out of the earth in a year's time.
We plan to be gone long before that, right, Cal?
But you've got a home right here.
Holy shit. What the hell is that?
Oh, that's the new phone. Remember the one you promised the Reverend?
Yeah, who could be calling here?
Is that my phone?
Go on and answer it.
I bet it's the cops. It's the cops.
Oh, shut up.
Jesus, I thought this might happen.
You know, maybe it's just, the bank calling about one of the bills.
Right. The bank calls up. You're terrific, Calvin. Really sharp. You know what the banks do? They hand them over to the goddamn Department of Commerce. That's what they do. Plain clothes them and the whole deal. Jesus, you don't know what it's like.
I'm scared.
Yeah, well, I can't say I blame you, all right?
If it's the police, maybe they just want to talk to Calvin.
They don't know where I'm staying.
Yeah, you better hope they don't. Shut up. Well, who the hell was it, for God's sake?
It was Don and Cynthia Webster from Dayton, Ohio. They just wanted to make a reservation.
Reverend, we were a little nervous.
Oh?
Yeah, we thought the police were coming.
No, just Don and Cynthia.
What? Wait a minute, you didn't say they could come, did you?
Well, they did say they'd be delayed. They have to pick their son up at camp, but they hope to be here in about 4 days. I said that would be fine with me.
You idiot! You know what you've done? You've blown it. You've ruined everything. I couldn't work with strangers around. Jesus, we had a deal.
Now, take it easy, Parker.
What's going on here? Do you have any idea what he's done?
I just put an ad in the New York Times. Excuse me.
What?
Let me see, is the Times here?
What?
Is the Times?
What are we going to do?
Travel. Wait a minute. Travel.
What's going on?
Wait a minute. Small Inns and Lodges, Pennsylvania. Oh, God. This is the travel section of the Times. The grasslands. An experience you and your family won't want to miss. Come enjoy the lunar landscapes. Proceeds donated to deal with our terrifying mine fire.
Well, that should attract an interesting clientele.
Isn't that wonderful?
What have you done?
The Richard Henshaws are coming on Thursday.
Well, that's that.
I thought we might try something legitimate.
Legitimate.
Here?
It would give us a chance to stay together. Well, Calvin could operate the bar, Lucille could play the piano in the lounge, and Parker could pick up right where he left off when he first came to us.
As what?
What? The handyman.
The handyman.
So, you want things the way they used to be, huh?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Out to get drunk.
Parker, I was just telling Lucille here. Think of this place as your home. I know it's got a lot more work to do, but you've got the talent to do it. I have a feeling God will reward you.
God won't reward me, Reverend.
Oh, I suppose we've all done things we're not proud of. I have. Others have, too. All this violence, this murder in the basin, like a poison. But we mustn't let it stop us. We just have to keep going. Bet you feel better when we get more people in here.
People. Yeah, that's a shock to the system. Well, if I'm going to play the piano for him, I guess I better get to work, huh?
You really love this place, don't you?
I saw this hotel when it was first built. It was odd looking, poking up out of the earth like the blocks. And the ground around it looked awfully sore, hurting, like just the opposite of pulling a tooth. And lonely. You can bring someone around now if you like.
Who?
A girlfriend, maybe.
I don't think so. I did have one. Been carrying a picture around. You see, she was 21 when this was taken. I thought she was younger than that, but her mother told me she was 21.
You mind if I...
It's over. She was so beautiful. Take my word for it.
Perhaps it'll be someone else now.
Oh, I plan on it.
I'm going out to give thanks. Would you like to come and hear the service?
Some other time.
Suit yourself. Just think. Someday, a congregation.
I'm not being a goddamn field, son of a bitch. The guard just opened up. Jesus, there's a whole mess of them. Well, tell me where the fight is. Give me a turn. Yeah. Help me.
What do you want me to do?
Cut the fight.
You want me to...
Get a knife, cut the fight.
Wait a second.
Get somebody to cut the fight. You gotta get the poison.
You want me to cut your leg and get the poison out? How am I supposed to do that? But I'm supposed to suck it out, Calvin. I can't do that. It's a copperhead bite. I might ingest some of the toxin.
Jesus, I can't move.
Listen, I know we've seen people do that to snake bites, like in movies, you know, like Tarzan and Naked in the Dead, and
Hurry up.
help me out here.
Hurry up.
I'm going as fast as I can.
You want me to die? I won't tell.
Won't tell what?
Cal.
No, really. I'm interested. Tell me. Tell what? Yeah. About a woman. About the woman. If I help you, you won't tell about the woman. Is that right? Is that right? Well, seems to me you won't be able to say much of anything here. Yeah. Oliver. Jesus, Oliver. Oh. Oliver was a whim. He had a tape deck I wanted. The woman in the basin. What can I tell you? I just haven't met the right one yet. Julie. God. She is the worst. She turned me in. I had to take care of her. I've been following that mother of hers ever since I got out of prison, you know? I guess it's just my nature. Yeah. Well, Cal. I want to thank you for everything you've done. I know you've got things you got to do. I've got things I got to do. And don't worry about Lucille. I'll take care of her. Cal. Or Calvin.
Parker.
May the Lord bless us and keep us. May the Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May the Lord lift up his countenance unto us and give us peace. Thank you, Lord, for bringing this fire to the surface. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.
You put this and you put that, you put your my yellow cat. Oh, you put this and you put that, you put your yellow cat.
Gregory Hurst is the producing director at the Pennsylvania Stage Company. Tell us about the Pennsylvania Stage Company and that wonderful theater you're in, the J.I. Rodale Theater.
Well, the Stage Company evolved from a dream of Anna Rodale in 1976 when she converted the Zion Church there into a theater. And after a 2-year tenure, they went on a national search for an artistic director, where I came to Allentown and the Lehigh Valley. And in 1979, we renamed the theater the Pennsylvania Stage Company and have just completed our 5th season, of which Copperhead was one of the 7 shows. During those 5 years, there's been tremendous growth at the Stage Company. From a financial perspective, our budget's increased from $300,000 to over $1 million, which makes us one of the largest Lehigh Valley non-for-profit performing arts organization. And our subscriber base has grown tremendously from 600 subscribers to over 7,000. So we play to an audience of around 70,000 people annually now. What excites me the most is the artistic aspect of the Stage Company and our commitment to new works. Copperhead, I think, is probably a perfect example of the kind of play which we like to develop, because it's regional and takes place in Pennsylvania. It deals with issues that are important to our society right now. It's a comedy, it's a mystery, it's a drama all rolled into one. And I think it explores some of the values that are pertinent to the mythic and the realistic fabric of America.
Now, you directed Copperhead. Were there any problems in directing this kind of a play? I mean, it's a very surreal sort of thing. Was that easier or harder than something that had been done before?
It's surreal in perhaps how it's perceived by the audience. But as a director and as the 4 actors, there's 5 actors, including Sandy, but he was the easiest actor to work with.
At least temperament, I'm sure.
We have to approach each character and their motivations from a very realistic and motivational standpoint. So, what do you want? What do you need to? How are you going to get what you want? What are your objectives? Your personal objectives as a character? What does Rader want? Well, he wants everybody to be happy. I mean, he really does. He wants to bring this mind fire to the surface. He wants to eliminate and bring health back to his town there, and bring a congregation back into his mission. So I approached it from a very naturalistic, realistic standpoint, from the actor's standpoint. From a design standpoint, we tried to create what the playwright evolved in his head and put down in the script, and that was almost a lunar landscape, so it looked like the moon, which many areas of blighted America look like the moon. They've been despoiled to the point that they're not really recognizable.
Do you have any particular constraints? Obviously, you don't change scenery terribly much. You stay with the same basic set. Does that present, is that a real creative challenge for you as a director?
Well, as a director, the easiest thing from a physical standpoint is to have a unit set, and to then have to devote a lot of your rehearsal time not worrying about technical changes of scenery and actors changing a lot of clothes and so forth. In the case of Copperhead, we had some unusual things happening. We had a dummy, and we had to learn how to deal with that dummy. We never tried to be ventriloquists. The actors didn't, because they weren't supposed to be. But there is a certain, just the physical manipulation of him as a person and developing his psyche. The smoke, of course, that comes in various areas of the play had to be thought through. And just the whole setting itself evolved from a playwright's vision. The play is a world premiere. It's never been done before. So it comes from a man's imagination, and then it's collaborated as you add each process to it.
When you found out that this was going to be done with television or for television, it's really kind of a dirty trick, because you in live theater are always trying to get people to experience live theater again, and here we are seeing live theater on television, so it's around and back. But what types of things did you have to do specially for this production because it was going to be televised, or didn't you have to do anything special?
It was interesting, the adaptability of this specific production for television, especially when we did some of the testing with lighting levels and so forth. The show itself, I think, adapted exceptionally well to television, and I don't think we really did. We changed some physical positions, but minor, very minor, for television.
What about the actors? Did they have to do anything differently?
I think that their experience in television, certainly several of them have years and years of experience in television. So I think it was a natural kind of adaptation. Ann Wedgeworth, of course, from Three's Company, and Arch Johnson has done 30 or 40 years of television.
Sure.
Has there been 40 years of television?
Yes.
I guess there have.
I understand you had a couple of unforeseen things that happened. Didn't in the initial taping, didn't the gun not fire or something?
Right,
like
the
that?
gun had fired perfectly for 32 performances during the 4-week run of Copperhead. And we always had a backup and everything, and when we were taping it, the gun didn't fire at a climactic moment, as we all saw in the play. And that was certainly one of those great moments in theater and television, where everybody enjoyed the...
Destined, no doubt, for foul-ups and blunders or some other such inglorious. And what do we have to look forward to with Pennsylvania Stage Company?
Well, we're going to continue our tradition of new plays and musicals. Over the past 5 years, we've done 10 new plays and musicals, all of which have had a future life either in New York City, on Broadway, off-Broadway, or in other regional theaters throughout the country.
Why don't you name a couple of them, just so people...
Well, we had Scenes and Revelations, which was done at Circle in the Square in New York. Damon's Song, which has been being developed, had a future production which was done 2 years ago in New Hampshire. Feathertop, which was done at the American Stage Festival in New Hampshire. Ready or Not has been bought by Columbia Pictures, which is being developed for a movie or series for television. And Shim Sham has been optioned for Broadway, and Great Expectations is being considered by 2 regional theaters in the upcoming season. We're looking to a season this coming 84-85 season of 7 shows, 3 of those which are going to be new plays. 2 new plays and a new musical, a world premiere musical.
I'm noticing that you're bringing more and more well-known actors to the stage company. Am I correct in assuming that more and more established actors want to come because of your reputation in theater circles?
I'd like to think that assumption is correct. We do have Edward Harriman. We've been talking to him about our opening show, Not About Heroes, which won the Edinburgh Fringe Festival Award in Scotland, and we're real excited about that play. It's an anti-war treatise about Siegfried Sassoon, the poet, and his relationship with another poet during World War I. And Edward Harriman has been in serious discussions with us, and hopefully we'll be finalizing that in the next week or 2.
What kind of feedback do you get from your audience? Do people enjoy original theater?
I think new plays...
I know they always want to see the old favorites, but
new plays create discussion and debate. The joy of theater is the joy of having the opportunity to voice your opinion and know that your opinion is valid no matter what it may be. It's the joy of art, so that we know that they threw tomatoes at Stravinsky with the right to spring, and Marcel Duchamp's at the exposition was not accepted. A play that we do can be loved by some of the audience and hated by the other. I can say Sarah Bernhardt put it best, and when she said, if 50% of the audience likes it and 50% of the audience dislikes it, you know it's a wonderful piece of art. If everybody likes it, you know it's trash.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave it there. Producing director of the Pennsylvania Stage Company, Greg Hurst, continued success to you.
Thank you very much.
I'm Shelley Silfies. Good evening. Major funding for this program was provided by the Pennsylvania Public Television Network. Additional funding was provided by the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts.